Hi, welcome to today's On This Day in Tudor History. Now today I'm taking you back to the reign of King Henry VIII. For on this day in Tudor history, the 29th of June 1537, Henry Algernon Percy died at around the age of 35. He was buried at Hackney Parish Church, and his will appointed the king as supervisor and Edward Fox, Bishop of Hereford, and Thomas Cromwell as executors. Henry Percy was born in around 1502 and was the eldest son of Henry Algernon Percy, 5th Earl of Northumberland, and his wife Catherine Spencer. He was brought up in Cardinal Wolsey's household, and it was while he was there that he fell in love with Anne Boleyn following her return to the English court in late 1521. Anne was serving Queen Catherine of Aragon as one of her ladies, and George Cavendish, Wolsey's gentleman usher, recorded that when the cardinal and his servants were at court, Percy would then resort for his pastime unto the Queen's chamber, and there would fall in dalliance among the Queen's ladies, being at the last more conversant with Mistress Anne Boleyn than with any other. It was then that there grew such a secret love between them that at length they were insured together, intending to marry. Unfortunately for the two lovebirds, they were supposed to be marrying other people. Percy's father had already planned Percy's marriage to Mary Talbot, daughter of George Talbot, 4th Earl of Shrewsbury, and Anne was meant to be marrying James Butler, son of Piers Butler of Ireland. Cavendish also states that King Henry VIII was much offended at news of the couple's romance because of his own secret affection for Anne. As a consequence, Wolsey and Percy's father put a stop to the relationship. Percy married Mary Talbot in 1524, but the marriage was far from happy. In 1532, Mary accused her husband of being pre-contracted to Anne Boleyn, and Percy was examined by the Duke of Norfolk and the Archbishops of York and Canterbury. He swore on the Blessed Sacrament in front of the Duke, the Archbishops, and the King's canon lawyers that there was no truth to his wife's story. And Percy ended up having to deny the pre-contract's existence again in 1536, when Thomas Cromwell was looking for a way to get the marriage of King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn annulled. Percy served Henry VIII as Warden of the East and Middle Marches, and he was one of the peers appointed to judge George and Anne Boleyn at their trials on the 15th of May 1536. Percy collapsed after Anne's death sentence was pronounced, and his illness prevented him from taking an active role in the Pilgrimage of Grace rebellion of late 1536, which may have been fortunate since his brothers Thomas and Ingram were arrested for their involvement, and Thomas was executed. Ingram died in prison in the Tower of London. John Weaver, in his book Ancient Funeral Monuments, mentions the tomb of Henry Percy at Hackney and records that it had the following inscription: "Here lieth interred Henry Lord Percy, Earl of Northumberland, Knight of the most honourable Order of the Garter, who died in this town the last of June 1537, the 29th of Henry VIII's reign." Also on this day in Tudor history, the 29th of June 1509, just 4 days after she'd enjoyed the coronation celebrations of her grandson King Henry VIII and his queen consort Catherine of Aragon, 66-year-old Lady Margaret Beaufort died. Margaret Beaufort was the matriarch of the Tudor dynasty and was an amazing woman in many ways, yet she's surrounded by myth, and it seems fashionable to see her as a religious zealot. But who was this influential Tudor lady? What did she do? Well, you can find out in last year's video, which I'll give you a link to. You can subscribe to this channel by clicking that button right there. You can hit the bell to be notified as these videos go live, and you can leave a comment and give me a like. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.